Baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Find my reason, lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
My ribs touch. I remember sleeping with my ribs touch. Now I get it go. Now I get it go. Now I get it go. Now I get it go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I've been grinding since a young and they told me my timing was coming. I've been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I've been eating since from me, put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother, I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up, lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touch. I remember sleeping with my ribs touch. Now I get it go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touch. I remember sleeping with my ribs touch. Now I get it go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touch. Now I get it go. Now I get it go.
She back got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been. I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but they from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speed and bullet. Say, so what you gon' do? Stop playing with.
I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay,
Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera system incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Brady now on first down. On the slant, able to find Ayuk. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 31. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard, leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Richie James on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down by
making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Now Mostert. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. These two rivals played two of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
At the 9-yard line.
Here's Brady. That's complete right around the 8. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or... And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Down.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
He was brought down.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
36.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
47-yard.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. That's in. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
It works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground now with Penny. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Brady to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll yard line. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Is 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Another try for Penny. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At the 40-yard line.
Here's Mostert. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
At the 40.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Brady. Open man is born. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy. Nice pickup.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
It's now.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down.
From the gun, Wilson. And his pass, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better, 2 weeks.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. 26-yard line.
First and 10.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Wilson operating from the gun. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
There certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Completes it to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Again, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. That is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And look at this, for the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Minnesota to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, here's Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Left side complete to Lockett.
Wilson's
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Penny. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Mostert. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Brady's throw there complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On the Seahawks 37.
Now this throw caught left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. 23 yards the pickup there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This is Mostert. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
On second down now. Wall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
6 on the carry.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, Wilson, short throw to Disley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the run is Penny, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On third down, Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Dancing to it, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
He's got it as they double up the lead.
This one's now 28-14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
16 yards right off the bat with a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Operating from the gun, Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. On third down, Brady. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are back within a score.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. This is Penny. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll run with Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets it down to the 32. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Tackle made at the 21.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Wall. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Seahawks field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
31-49.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores, so, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process.
He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a cornerback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's usually not good for the defense.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.